Okay guys, welcome back. In the next 3 to 4 minutes we're going to learn about the ternary operator in JavaScript. As soon as my clock hits 26 minutes I'm going to end the video. So I've got a limited amount of time to teach about the ternary operator. So the ternary operator in JavaScript is an alternative to using the else if statement. It is a more concise way of testing whether a condition evaluates to true or false, so it is more concise syntax. How it works is the ternary operator has 3 operands to it. There is the condition, what it is you're trying to test for, followed by a question mark. Then we have the truity expression, the expression that executes if the condition you're testing for evaluates to true, followed by a colon. Then we have the false expression, the expression that executes if the condition you're testing for evaluates to false. Okay? So for example, the condition might be, is the number 20 greater than 10? Followed by a question mark. If that's true, you run this piece of code. If it's false, you run that piece of code. Let's just do one very quick example, okay? So what I want to do is let's test to see if the number 20 is greater than the number 10. So we're testing our condition. Well, we say 20 greater than 10, is it? Question mark. And then we have our piece of code we want to execute if that condition evaluates to true. So we'll just log out to the console, true. Alternatively, we have our colon, then the piece of code you want to run if that condition we're testing for evaluates to false. So we can say false and then semicolon to end our statement there. Okay, so what's going to happen? Well, 20 greater than 10, question mark, is it? 20 is greater than 10, so the condition evaluates to true. And if the condition evaluates to true, we execute that piece of code there, the truity expression, which comes right after the question mark. So we're going to execute this piece of code, console.log true. If I save and refresh in the browser, we get true. Okay? Then we have our colon, and then we have the false expression, the piece of code that executes if the condition we're testing for evaluates to false. In this case, 20 greater than 10 evaluates to true, so we execute the truity expression, not the false expression. Okay? What we could do is we could check to see if the number 20 is greater than the number 55. What's going to happen? Well, is the number 20 greater than 55? No, it's not. So question mark, no, it's not. This will evaluate to false, and we know that if the condition evaluates to false, we do not execute the truity expression, no. We execute the false expression. So we're not going to log out to the console. We're not going to execute this piece of code, console.log true. The truity expression only runs if this condition evaluates to false. Sorry, I should have said, apologies. The truity expression only runs if the condition evaluates to true. If the condition evaluates to false, you run the piece of code after the colon. So we're going to run out this piece of code here, or execute this piece of code, console.log false. So to prove that to you, if I save and refresh, we get false. Okay, awesome. We're now out of time. So guys, that was the ternary operator in JavaScript. It is used for testing whether a condition evaluates to true or false. If the condition evaluates to true, you execute the truity expression, or that piece of code there, after the question mark and before the colon. If the condition evaluates to false, you run the piece of code after the colon, i.e. the false expression. In this recent example, it was this piece of code here that executed. Thank you. I'll see you in the next tutorial.